Hey y'all, Banana Babe here. So, calorie restriction versus calorie management. Rebecca Rosenberg, that gorgeous Texas fruitarian, love her, miss her. Austin, too far away from Houston, may have to move there. For me, it's calorie abundance. That's just bottom line. If you're eating low fat raw vegan, this has nothing to do with cooked food, y'all. This has nothing to do with animal products. This has nothing to do with processed. This has nothing to do with junk food. All those rules, playbook out the window. This is a whole new ball game. This has to do with eating fruit and vegetables and like, 1/3 of an avocado a day, every day. You don't have to do the avocado, but fruit and vegetables all day, every day. And so when we're talking about that, food that digests immediately, is enzymatically rich, is falling apart as you bite it, eat 2,000 plus calories, and let's just call it energy units, because somehow calories have a bad rap and everybody freaks out and thinks calories, no, restriction, dieting, eating disorder. I don't know what they think. To me, it's energy, it's healing, it's health, it's happiness. So I eat 2,000, whatever fruit and greens you want. Seriously, whatever that is, whatever you have access to, is available, is cheap. I would do frozen fruit if I didn't have access to fresh. And it's all wonderful. By the way, dates are fresh also. They just naturally dry out. I'm talking food, I start drooling out. So calorie abundance. I'm all about calorie abundance. Seriously, it's the way to go when it comes to low-fat raw vegan if you want to get to your ideal weight. If you don't want to get to your ideal weight and you would like to have tanked adrenals and you would like to have a rebound effect and all kinds of unintended consequences, then you can restrict. But if you would like a long-term sustainable and healthy way to get to your ideal weight, eat 2,000 plus calories. If you're really underweight or really overweight, you're going to need to eat more. It's crazy. Low-fat raw vegan, completely different paradigm. You will need to eat more to really stimulate your metabolism and get it humming. So absolutely all about calorie abundance when it comes to low-fat raw vegan, when it comes to low-fat raw fresh food, which means it's not cooked, which means it's fresh, which means it's not processed. So nothing I say has anything to do with cooked food. Nothing I say has anything to do with processed food. Nothing I say has anything to do with animal products. Yes, I will agree with you on everything. Intermittent fasting, of course. I mean, you're burdening your body every time you put cooked food and animal products into your mouth. So yeah, intermittent fast, absolutely. Restrict calories, yeah, those calories, they're rough. They sit there like a brick. You want to keep it down to whatever, 1,300, 1,200 with cooked food? Yeah, absolutely. To transfer that over to the diet of our primate ancestors, what we're designed to eat, doesn't work, y'all. So, water fasting, lots of science to back up water fasting, all based on cooked food. So, yes, wonderful. You're eating cooked animal. When I was eating Omni, if they did, a test with me, Omni, and then intermittent fasting, much improved. Not eating the stuff that's burdening me. So guess what? Try eating something that doesn't burden you, that actually nourishes you, which is raw fruit and vegetables and greens. Really just fruit and greens, basically. You just stick to that. If you never want to eat cauliflower, broccoli in your life, that's totally fine. So if you really, really want to thrive, if you want to get to your ideal weight, if you want to have health, happiness, and healing, go for it. 2,000 plus calories and enjoy. Eat it all the time, all day. I eat often. I sip and eat. Truthfully, when I'm at work, it's sipping all day, and then at home every hour. So I don't go more than an hour without putting some fruit and greens into my body. 52, 5.5 year raw, I can't speak though, 5.5 year raw vegan, and I had an autoimmune disease and it was chronic fatigue with some fibro symptoms, and was seriously not doing well. So for me, it's just the way to go. Calories, energy units, whatever you want to call them, and restriction is the way to having issues, unintended consequences, and rebounding to all kinds of other serious issues, and rebounding back to places that you thought you wanted to leave behind because it wasn't serving your weight or your health or your looks or your life or your ethics. So I don't know, I'm excited to be able to eat. I'm a foodie. I like to eat, people. So 2,000 plus is great. Again, my tagline, do what you my God. Come here. My tagline, which I guess he agrees with, is do what you want and live your life and be happy, because that's the most important thing. To truly find your purpose, the pinnacle of getting connected and being connected with yourself, most of all, and others. So low fat raw vegan does that for me, and I have no clue if it does that for anybody else. But I don't want people telling me what to do in any arena of my life, so I don't really like telling people what to do, which is why I don't really like making videos. But when Rebecca says, Marina, please, because the more people research and hear the same message from more than one person, it will make a difference. So she got me. That's my button. So making a difference. So that's why I did it. But I'd rather just talk about food, because really everybody needs to live their own life. And I do wish I had had a Rebecca in my workplace, eating fruit and destroying MS, because it would have made a huge difference. It would have made a big impact on me. So I hope that I can have an impact on people. I have no idea. But thanks for listening, y'all. I appreciate it. Love all y'all.